Alright, I am back with another Destiny 2 video. I know many of you are mourning the loss of my intro. Other people think it's maybe for the best, but we move on all the same. Today I wanted to do a little positivity. We are at the end, or a week from the end, of the real meat of this season. There seems to be some debate about whether we're going to wait a long time for the final mission, or whether it is next week and the Riven delay is just a week, not a bunch of months. Either way, everything is kind of over in early January, and then the game goes into what I call hibernation, minus some smaller updates Bungie's doing. So yeah, not great, but kind of a situation we knew was coming. I will say, however, even though I have not liked many aspects of this season, namely the seasonal storyline with getting through the portal. I've talked previously about how much I really like the coil, but I usually tend to do these sort of rundowns of some of my favorite weapons from the season, and they don't usually get very many views, but I enjoy doing it. And when I was thinking about this specific season and what weapons I liked, I really came up with a lot of weapons, and they're kind of scattered across my characters here. I don't know if all of them are on my characters. I'm pretty sure they are. So I'm always swapping in and out between them. These are not actual loadouts I'm using. I was just swapping things around for challenges and things. And we'll start with the stuff that's on my Warlock here. So, Crate is not new. Scatter Signal, I think it's pretty obvious that we need to start with this. And this is one of the best fusions they've ever done in the game because of, fusion rifle power creep. This can roll Ambitious Assassin and Controlled Burst. It is craftable, so you can get advanced versions of those. It is Rapid Fire. It is Strand. It is a very good thing to have in that slot for DPS. I have Slice on this because I find this more fun, and I have a bunch of fusion rifles that can overflow the magazine with Controlled Burst. So I wanted to do Slice on this, which after you use your class ability, you reduce boss damage, and I think that's pretty useful. I think it's like a 40% debuff on this, and that seems pretty good to me. So I've enjoyed using it on bosses or champions and things, usually in team activities, so it's doing less damage to everybody. I just find that very useful. Moving on, I liked, this is a pretty good drop I got from Iron Banner. There are a few auto rifles that can roll Hatchling, but I don't know, this one feels really good to me, and this is a roll that I appreciated as a random drop from Iron Banner when I was grinding it like crazy to get all those ornaments in week 1, which I am pretty much done with. And I haven't used this a ton, but it's a good roll, and I do enjoy it. There's a different version of this I like more, but this is I think this is the only kinetic that can roll Demolitionist Pugilist, which is just an interesting combo for certain builds. The Wishkeeper, I'm still mixed on this a little bit. I'm doing the Catalyst every week, and now I have the one where you can suspend more targets. Where is the Catalyst in here? Yeah, okay. Can suspend more targets. I reduced draw time a little bit. You can now customize the arrows and the string and the grip and stuff. It's okay. I have made some very fun suspend builds on Warlock, and then I can't really say for sure it's better than just using Quicksilver Storm. I'm not sure it is. This happens with the Stasis one too, where anything that requires a hip fire skill, I find myself kind of accidentally activating it a lot because if I release one of my mouse buttons right before the other, it's hip firing just for a split second, and then I just accidentally use it. So yeah, I don't love that part of it. I'm gonna wait till I get Hatchling on this because that would really synergize with the Warlock build, but yeah, I don't know. This is really useful for the mission itself, Starcrossed, because you can suspend all of the chunky taken phalanxes and all of the wyverns, which is very useful. So this is sort of an on-demand way to do that in a way that your other abilities may not necessarily have on tap. So yeah, this is one of the final things I got. No, wait, this is not even the one. Did I masterwork this one? I got a close to melee one of these with Grave Robber, so I don't know why I masterworked that one. I'll find that on one of my characters, I think. Polaris Lance. This is not a new weapon, obviously, but this is one of the MVPs of this season because it synergizes so well with all the absurd solar artifact perks in this solar season, which is definitely not really a stasis season. So many of these things. Rapid solar weapon blows or precision hits and final blows grant radiant, so you pretty much permanently have radiant on when you're using a scout rifle here. Radiant causes solar weapons to apply scorch, so you're just applying scorch by default. And then the explosion from Perfect Fifth also applies scorch from a past update. And then you can weaken champions with any solar ability. And then when you're radiant, the final blows cause combatants to ignite. And this has Dragonfly as a catalyst, so it's a whole lot of explosions. It's really good against champions because Radiant can be barrier piercing, and then you can stun champions with ignitions, which is really easy to get with this. So yeah, very much MVP. Oh, it's the second MVP, Sunshot. In a solar season, you might imagine that Sunshot, one of the best clearing weapon or mob clearing weapons in the game, is good. It is extremely good. I have probably used this more than any other weapon this season for all of my solar builds on all characters. All of those things I just said also apply to this, minus, the player specific ones, but it's extremely good, which is not shocking. I have a bunch of these, so I still don't even have the ones I want. I kind of want one with lead from gold and surrounded, and I want the impulse amplifier Volt Shot one, where instead I have a bunch of ones with the Dodgio, which is not amazing, but I love the rocket pistol. I think this is one of my favorite things they've added in the game. It just feels so great. The ammo economy is great. I've been using it a ton in Gambit because it just one-shots orange bars pretty much instantly, and it can be anti-barrier at baseline with the seasonal mods. It's extremely good. I really, really enjoy it. And I have some other ones on other characters. This is me trying to farm a good heliocentric. I want a demolitionist. What's it called? The incinerating one. I'm having a total mind blank here. You know what I'm talking about. I have it on my other things. Incandescent. Duh. Okay. And yeah, so I want one of those. I farmed a Lost Sector forever to get some not great ones. It's really good in PvP too, but as you know, I don't play a ton of PvP. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, this is one of my great world drops that I just got this week. It is the same role as my Apex Predator, which is the kind of go-to for everything, but it's aggressive, not adaptive, and it is arc for whenever it's like an arc surge, but hard launch, impact, reconstruction, bipod. So 4 rockets in the magazine, velocity masterwork. It's great. I really love it. I would be using it over Apex Predator if it was not constantly solar burns and things, so I'll save that for a future season. I have a couple of these. I think I have auto-load. Yeah, this is good as auto-loading Vorpal and auto-loading target lock. It's a solar machine gun that is good if you need to use a machine gun, if it's a solar burn, if it's this season with all those solar bonuses. I really, really like auto-loading holster on pretty much all machine guns. And what else? Oh yeah, this is just kind of a fun build. This is the world drop strand. It's the exact same model as the Avalanche, isn't it? Really close. As a scope, I think that's the difference. This is just kind of a fun thing for hatchling build, hatchling and demolitionist. I have not actually used this yet, but it seems fun, and I will use it at some point here. I'll just talk about this is the exotic I've had on Warlock forever. Just dramatically increases your daybreak damage, but then also scorch damage, which combines with all this other stuff I've been talking about. Really good. And then for my Threadling build, we have Swarmers, obviously, and that works really well with everything, especially the bow. Okay, and the perks that are like pick up orbs that give you unraveling and stuff like that. All right, so now we will move to my Titan. See, that was a lot on one character. I don't know. We'll see if it's still this many. This is my Breakneck. Okay. This is the one I did. Yes, people noticed I did like 2 Gambit resets in like 2 weeks. Part of that was getting a Subsistence Onslaught's version of this, which I think is really fun. It's kinetic, which is not exactly in favor most of the time these days compared to things with elemental abilities and, whatever, incandescent, volt shot, whatever. Kinetic does do more damage. Auto rifle's got a buff. This thing is just really fun. I like that they're putting Onslaught on more things now. This is obviously one of the first things to ever have Onslaught. I think was the role Onslaught Rampage, but with subsistence and extended mag and backup mag, we're at 45 rounds, so you can kill just I think base is like 32 or something. It's really low. So you will just, this is great for mob clearing in a way that isn't just incandescent or sunshot blowing everything up. It is probably not, anywhere near best in slot, but it is very fun. And what else? This has been my MVP. This is obviously not from this season. This is from Season of the Deep. And I was talking about this on Twitter, how I just found myself using this more and more. Really, really love Enhanced Overflow and Cascade Point. So you can get 16 shotgun shells in this and then cascade through, 10 of them once you get them all out, and that is a good amount of damage. Like, it's not meta fusion rifles or something, but it is very fun, and I use this especially on my Titan a lot. These were kind of things I used last season. This is a not good Nox Perennial. I don't know why I have that. And what else? Callus Mini Tool, obviously a good thing to use in any solar season. This is the crafted one everyone had. Here's another Indebted Kindness Lead Shot, Lead from Gold Volt Shot. Here's Lead from Gold Adagio. I have been farming the living hell out of this from the first boss of the dungeon, and unlike my good luck with the world drops, I have not had the best luck with this, so I've just been using these, which are not my ideals, but they're still really just super fun at baseline. I got an Undercurrent, the new Nightfall weapon with demo Volt Shot. It's, if you have the waveframe with, what's it called, friggin' chain reaction, that's much better. I've been using this probably as my primary solar legendary when I'm not using Sunshot or Polaris Lance. One of my favorite guns of all time in this game. I just love it so much. It's amazing. And as ever in a solar season, it is very good. Here's another heliocentric. That's not the role I need. Is this new? I think I just got this from Gambit. Autoloading Vorpal, sure, why not? What else is in this? Oh, there's the Doom Petitioner. This is the new linear fusion rifle, which these are not like the most meta these days after some nerfs, but this does have Envious Assassin Precision Instrument, so tons and tons in the magazine when you go to use it. And if these really do come back into favor, this is also one of the 3-round burst ones, and it's good. It's very good. There are still some points where using linear fusion is a good option for bosses, but yeah, I'm not using this a ton. What is this? Autoloading, that's the same thing. I can probably get rid of this now, can't I? I just kept this because Relentless Incandescent's kind of fun. Winter Bite. Oh man, I've really been loving Winter Bite this season. They buffed Glaives and they buffed this specifically, and I've been running Synthoceps build pretty much nonstop on my Titan with Banner of War. So this does big stabby damage. This is what I use for farming the first boss, and it destroys everything. I really enjoy it. I've really never used this, so I got these 2,400 kills like this season alone, more or less. And I don't know why. I'm just kind of hooked on it now, and I hope it gets a catalyst. So yeah, Synthoceps is what I've mainly been using for Strand. For Solar, Precious Scars, now that it just gives you restoration on really every solar kill, which seems sort of insane. So that's kind of the two exotics I've been mainly using this season on Titan. What else on the Hunter? This seems like a good roll, 4th time Vorpal, but I haven't really started to level that yet. Nothing else really here. This is my Nox Perennial from last season, my extremely lucky world drop. Arrowhead Accelerated, Envious Assassin, Controlled Burst. It is a Strand version of Eremite. Really hard to farm for to get a roll like this, and I just love it. This is another very fun roll, world drop from this season, Subsistence Onslaughts, this Void auto rifle. This is also a really lucky drop. Some people like Onslaught's Repulsor Brace for Void builds. This is still good as a Void build, even without Void abilities, if you use like a Gerfalcon Hunter. So this is a really good drop. I think this is one of my better drops. Another Indebted Kindness, Lead from Gold Adagio. Do I have 2 Lead from Gold Adagios? I'm pretty sure I do. So yeah, needless to say, I really love these. I only have 4 Masterwork versions of this. That's probably a waste, but whatever. So they brought back the Undying weapons, which is sort of hilarious, but I really like at least two of them. This is Adorative, which is a solar that can roll Heel Clip Incandescent. I know Heel Clip is like not the greatest, but it's just kind of a novel combination here where like, yeah, I could do Feeding Frenzy Incandescent, I suppose, but this just seems a little more fun. Maybe I'll change it eventually, but I've really enjoyed using this roll. These also have the nano munitions where you get emergency ammo refill when it runs out of ammo. That's interesting. And then this, I know it's not the Aquilos, but I kind of like this more. It feels better to fire. It's got full shot. I like having stats for all on it because it just makes it absolutely crazy in terms of stats. I haven't really used this much because it's not an arc season, but like I've taken it out recently. I only just built this a little while ago for like the coil thing where there's all the harpies with arc shields. Like it rips through those. Obviously, it's a lot of fun. I think in a arc season, why can't I remember the word arc? In an arc season, it's going to be really good. I like lightweight frames more than I like aggressive frames, which is the Aquilos. So I think I'm going to use it a lot. Dragon's Breath. They did a really, really, really good job with this. A lot of times, I love it smokes, a lot of times reprised Destiny 1 weapons are kind of whatever, but the overhaul they did this with the fire pool and the fire stream and the propellant that racks up when when you ignite targets. Really awesome on this hunter build specifically. This makes it build fuel faster and do fire sprites. Any solar hunter build is really good at like racking up ignitions. I really like the new shards build with the new shards buff where throwing knives give you more super energy. And then there's one for, I haven't really done this yet, but the freaking bird one. I can't remember the names for everything all the time. The golden one, no, Celestial Nighthawk. Oh my god. Celestial Nighthawk, where you get more super energy on precision kills, I think now, and that's like another one that people are using to like one-shot champions and things. But all of these synergize really well with Dragon's Breath, which has been fun. And yeah, and this, yeah, I said that's what I've been using. I really have not run Strand Hunter at all. This was always my go-to for getting constant woven mail, but I have essentially not taken off Solar Hunter at all. That's how good it's felt. And nothing really new here. This is just auto-loading Incandescent from the Dawning. Where did my glaive go? The close to melee one. Was I misremembering that I even had that? I don't know. I'll check dim later. But yeah, so this has been a really good season for loot, I think. And yeah, we're getting into power creep territory and whatever. But I really do think this was a solid season for loot. And one thing I like is that they're starting to make seasonal weapons and world drop weapons like actual things you want to get, probably. Like, I think there's maybe 2 out of the 4 dungeon weapons that are really good, and even that's kind of debatable. I've not gotten the dungeon exotic yet, so I don't know how good that is. But it's not just like, okay, only the raid weapons are good, half the dungeon weapons are good, and everything else just sort of sucks. I think they've really done a better job at ramping up all manner of weapons being a lot better than they used to be. But yeah, so those are my favorite weapons of the season. I would be curious to hear yours and your roles and see if there's anything else I should be trying, I should be pursuing. Please let me know in the comments, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.